You're watching BCTV. We're all about Branford. You're watching BCTV, Branford Government Television, a service of Branford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Branford.
Okay, welcome. We'll call the Board of Selectmen's meeting for August 21st, 2019 to order. Item 1, can I get a motion to approve the Board of Selectmen minutes of July 17, 2019?
Motion to approve.
Second that motion.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, any changes, corrections, edits? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Can I get a motion to add under appointments, appointment of Thomas Mahoney as the Emergency Management Director and Timothy Murray as the Assistant Emergency Management Director? Motion to make those appointments
Recommend approval.
Second.
or added to the agenda, I should be, to be correct. All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, we'll deal with that under appointments. Item 2, executive session to discuss pending tax appeals. Can I get a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. We'll invite in Attorney Perito for discussion. Okay, can I get a motion to go back into regular session?
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. For the record, no votes were taken while in executive session. All right, can I get a motion to approve the proposed settlement for 102 Cherry Hill Road and 39 Northford Road as presented by Attorney Perito?
I'll make a motion we approve.
I make a motion we approve.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Can I get a motion to approve the proposed settlement for 2123 Business Park Drive?
Recommend approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Item 3, to consider and if appropriate approve a request from the Branford Land Trust for the abatement of taxes on list number 2019-01-0002546 in the amount of $206.40. Attorney Perito?
Good evening. For the record, James Perito from Halloran Sage for the Branford Land Trust. Routinely, and I've come in front of you before, this is where the Land Trust has either purchased or been donated a piece of property, and because of the time period when they've gotten it, there's an outstanding grand list, and yet the tax bill hasn't been generated. This is for the pond that was donated by the Van Sissons. It's off of Orchard Street in the sort of the Indian Neck, Hotchkiss Grove area, and this would have been for the 2018 grand list bill, which is outstanding. The tax bill is actually, I think I've attached it. The first selectman mentioned, I think the total is $206.40. You're authorized both under your town code under section 2020-1 and state statute to abate those taxes for an exempt organization that purchases after the due date.
Great, thank you. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion approved.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Item 4, to consider and appropriate approve a request from Margaret Liberta to approve the updated Town of Branford Employee Handbook.
Thank you. So,
Go ahead.
one of the goals we have for the HR department this year, of course, is to improve our communications or continue to have great communications with our employees. And the activity that we just accomplished to hopefully do that is to compile an employee handbook that hasn't really been looked at in a while, since I think 2008. So with the help of Trista and others in the HR team, we were fortunate to put together before you a document which, of course, has been reviewed by council as appropriate for Connecticut state as well as federal laws. And we will hope you will give it due consideration and approval for us to disseminate that to our employees for the town of Branford.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions regarding the changes? It was just really want to hit the highlights, really cleaning up what we had and
Right.
make it more.
Right, we took the contents from the last handbook, and we increased all of the Board of Selectmen approvals that you've done in the past between 2008 and now, including things like your anti-harassment policy, your time and attendance, anything associated with benefits, of course, and specifics related to employees in the town, to try to create a document that would summarize those policies and procedures. Of course, the labor contracts would override anything that would appear in this document, but again, this document allows you to have a policy manual that gives you the kind of guidance as an employee that you need to have when you're coming into a new organization.
Right. All right.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second on the motion.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 5, to consider and if appropriate, approve a request from Dagmar Ridgway, Director of Canoe Brook Senior Center, to waive the bid for the purchase of 2 pool tables and 1 shuffleboard table for the total cost of $19,434 and award the contract to Encore Billiards. Dagmar?
Recommended.
So as you know, we're relocating to the community house soon, and we're in the process of finalizing up all the furnishings. And one of the things we have over there is a very nice game room. And at our current location, we have 2 probably 25 or 30-year-old pool tables that we're going to replace. They're not repairable. We can't get parts for them anymore. So we've done work with Encore Billiards we bought the pool tables there 25-plus years ago. And we'd like to continue doing business with them. They do service. They do get parts when we need them. They provided us excellent service over the last few years. And also, I did research out prices, and they were very, very competitive, gave us the best pricing of anyone that I contacted. And it's also who most of my colleagues in the Shoreline area are using to furnish their game rooms. So I'd like to request that you do a bid waiver on that purchase, so we can move forward with that. And it's 2 Olhausen 9-foot pool tables, regulation size, and 1 14-foot shuffleboard table. And we're going to use endowment monies that people have left for these kinds of purposes, for us to do those kinds of furnishings.
So that's out of your budget, not
It's out of endowment money, and it's really using the interest that I've been planning for this move and relocation, using the interest that we've accumulated over the last 5 to 7 years.
Excellent.
Okay, any further questions?
I'll make a motion, we approve.
Motion to approve?
Second on the
All right, It's
motion.
been moved and seconded. Only final comment, I know the crew over there is looking forward to having 2 pool tables. so
They
thank
are
you.
very much,
All
and
right.
I told them
So-
about it today, and they're very happy.
So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Item 6, to consider and approve a request to waive the bid for the purchase of furniture for New England Seating Company for the new community center, senior center building, not to exceed $37,306. This is actually, and Dagmar is here for available, was part in looking at the inspecting, I should say, and picking out the furniture. We did purchase quite a bit of furniture off of state bid. These pieces are not on state bid. It's through a local supplier that manufactures them and will be supplying. Staff did go review the quality, and after looking what was available on state bid and what we were able to negotiate with this with NES, we found that we're getting much better value and more competitive pricing for these items. These are items such as soft seating, the banquette seating that will be throughout the building, and some tables in some of the areas. So we did a combination. We purchased off state bid and, like I said, negotiated pricing for these particular items.
When you say local, is it a Branford company?
It's well, out of New Haven.
Out of New
So,
Haven.
local region.
They're manufactured.
In New Haven, yeah.
And my usual question is budgeted for?
This will be purchased through the project.
Right. Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve.
All right. It's been moved.
Second on it.
All right, moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Fire Chief Thomas Mahoney to waive the requirement for bidding for the disposal of old expired firefighter gear and authorize him to donate the equipment to Lima, Peru. Chief?
Thank you. I'll just give you the highlights of a letter that came from Deputy Chief Matt Palmer of the Stamford Fire Department through the Fire Chiefs Association. City of Stamford is hosting firefighters from sister city of Lima, Peru. They're looking for a donation of any old firefighting gear, SCBAs, personal protective equipment, hose, etc. Firefighting equipment such as this is short supply, maybe decades old or damaged. Any efforts can assist. So they were paying for the shipment to Peru. We have higher standards in the U.S. Our gear has a finite life of 10 years, regardless of condition. So we had a surplus of about 20 sets of personal protective firefighting gear that we felt would be, great to donate to somebody who could actually use it. So I'm asking you to waive the bid for disposal and donate that to Lima, Peru.
Okay.
I'll make that motion.
Recommend approval.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Item 8, Renews, to consider and if appropriate, approve a request from the Branford Education Foundation for the use of the town green on September 19, 2020 from 8 to 6 p.m. to hold an arts and antique show.
Recommend approval.
Second.
Second, moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. To consider and if appropriate, approve a request from Beth Moore Mills for the use of the Madeira Park on September 14th, 2019 to hold a memorial service honoring Captain Bob Milne.
Recommend approval.
It's been recommended approval. Can you get the second?
Second on it.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 9, to consider and if appropriate, approve a request from Nancy Cohen, Activities Director, Canoe Brook Senior Center for the exemption as permitted by Section 115-4 of the Code of the Town of Branford regarding the consumption of alcoholic beverages in a public area and allow the wine to be served at the Harvest Dinner on Wednesday, October 23rd, 2019 for the Hanukkah dinner and the Hanukkah dinner on Wednesday, November 20th, 2019. Oh, okay, so I amend that to the beer and wine.
So moved.
It's been moved, can you get a second?
Recommend second.
It's been moved and
Approve
second.
second.
Discussion, hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 10, appointments, Branford Housing Authority, Mark Colello, term to expire April 30th, 2024. And Victoria Verderam, term to expire April 30th, 2023. Motion to approve those?
So why is that replace?
Well, these are.
As opposed to
The terms
left behind.
replace, I don't want to be, these terms are expired for those members, so it's not necessarily a replacing of that person who resigned. The term for Doug Dennis and Mike Coulter had expired previously.
And neither one of them wanted the position?
Mike Coulter, I have not heard from in a while. I don't believe he's been attending meetings, so I don't think. I did speak to Doug Dennis. He did state that he would have liked to be reappointed. However, I had a discussion with them, explained that I thought it was in the best interest to move forward with two new individuals. Certainly.
I would like to interrupt you and recommend this approval.
Okay, so the approval for those two names. Do we have a second? And just for way of background, again, Mark Colello has extensive experience in property management, construction. Victoria Verderam has her experience and expertise is really in communications. I think these are two individuals who will be an asset to the housing authority moving forward, knowing that they have some needs that need to be addressed with that facility and potentially a project moving forward. So therefore, if I wholeheartedly support both individuals and do feel that they would be an asset in moving the housing authority forward. All right, did you second it or
No.
All right, I'll second it.
You okay, Jack?
I'm fine, yeah.
All right. Any comments or,
I-
if not?
Just the fact that this is the first I saw both of their resumes, so to speak. And I don't know, with all that's going on, seems like a weird timing, so I'm going to oppose it, that's all.
Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions? All right. Thank you. Community Forest Commission, Patrick Sweeney to fill a vacancy left by Louis Lamontagne, term to expire June 30th, 2021.
Make a motion we approve?
Second that motion.
Moved second, discussion, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Dan Cosgrove Animal Shelter, Eric Moss to fill a vacancy left by Mary Mellows, term to expire September 30th, 2022.
Motion to approve?
Second that motion.
Moved, seconded, all, discussion, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Shellfish Commission, Peter Graves, term to expire August 31st, 2020.
Motion to approve?
Moved,
Second.
seconded, discussion, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
We have no reappointments.
You got this one.
Oh, actually, thank you, Jack. Final appointments, a motion to approve the appointments of Thomas Mahoney as the Emergency Management Director and Timothy Murray as Assistant Emergency Management Director.
So moved.
Moved, seconded.
I second that.
All right, you
absolutely.
second those. All in discussion, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, I believe there's no correspondence. Any other business?
I would like to ask, I think it's appropriate that we make mention of the fact of Jim passing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks, Joe. Yes. As many of you know, this week, Jim Walker had passed away, long-serving member of the RTM from the 2nd District. I think Jim was somebody who, he was a pleasure to work with. He was somebody who was respected on both sides, could work. And again, I want to just say an all-around great person. And I know that feeling is among a lot of people who knew him over the years. So, with that, let's have a moment of silence for the loss of Jim Walker. Thank you. All right, item 13, any other business? None. Item 14, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn approved.
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I'm going easy on you, Jack. Come on,
You're all right, Joe.
work with me.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Branford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at BranfordTV.org.